Hello, everyone. This is Avi Harkishan from AH Charts. Let's dive into SPY, but before we do that, let's get into Discord. Let's check yesterday's analysis of SPY. I put out a few analysis yesterday, and for trade ideas every day, once I finish the analysis, I let the premium members know um, what analysis I have done for the night, and I picked analysis that has the best probability or highest setup, A plus setup, whether on the short side or on the long side for them to trade. So I don't let anybody chase. They know exactly what my thoughts are, and to focus on just a few tickers rather than chasing a bunch of tickers. So for SPY yesterday, I did a video. I tend to do a video every day if I can. I put out levels. This is what a write up looks like on my analysis. And I had for SPY two different scenarios yesterday. I had one going up towards that 565, 563, 566, 550, 565 as a bull case scenario. But I also had a lower target, which was that 550. And the reason I had that lower target, I said if we cannot get above that 561, we most likely gonna drop towards that 555 area, and once we break this, we're going down to 550. And the reason I said that as well is because I put out the targets, institutional grade data that I have here, which whales have set. When I say whales, I'm talking about institutions have set support at 556, and they had upper target of 561 with lower target of 550. What that means, if the price is to move up to 561, Whale's going to take it as much as 561, which is like a resistance in a way. That will be their target. And they will try to hold support of 556. But because there's Whale's lower target of 550, they will try to at least make their target. So you have to watch how price react to 556 yesterday. And if we fall below 556, Whale's going to take it down to 550. So I had targets yesterday at 550, between 553, 548. So what SPY did, we got to look at what SPY did. SPY came down today, and SPY dropped to that 549.68. So right next to that 548. So we've been hitting target every single day in AA charts. None of my members, none of my team in there, they do not trade blind. I don't let anyone go into the market blind. At least they have a plan. They have levels. They have a path to follow. Now, let's look at SPY for tomorrow, what I have going on. The first thing I'm going to look at is the data. What is the data telling me? So the data is telling me, okay, SPY had their lower target of 550 today. That target was hit. So tomorrow they have upper target of 556 and 559. 556, 559. I marked that off in the chart, 556, 559. So this would be the upper range target that I'm looking at. We broke below this yesterday. This pattern right here broke below it. So I expect a retest of this level here, at least on a technical perspective. I'm expecting a retest down to that level over here. Now, I think you could see something of this sort where I think price might go up towards that 556 probably tomorrow morning. And you got to look how price react within this range. If we get above this range, we're going to get probably somewhere between 557 to 559 because that's Whale's upper target. Whales also have they haven't set a resistance, but this will be their target range. And this is also a resistance on the chart. So you would expect a retest somewhere around here. And if we are to break down between 556 to 559, let's just say 557 if we get there, expect a rejection to probably come back down to at least retest that 551 area. I think is going to happen. Now, if we get here, we could also come back up here, retest here, and if we break down, the most likely scenario is going to be a break like this towards that 545 area, which you can see. The reason why I think you're going to see somewhere a retest up here is because the Whale's target 1, and I like to pay attention to the 15 minutes chart before the market closed. 5 minutes chart, 30 minutes, and an hour. And if you look at the 15 minutes chart, going back here, we have selling volume, which I talked about in previous analysis. Selling volume. You have a lot of selling volume coming in, pushing the price down here as well, even though it's green. The wick is more up, and the candle body is facing downwards, which means there's downward pressure coming down. And you see we continue to sell off. High volume, continue to sell off. High volume, last 15 minutes of the market, continue to sell off. And then finally, today, you have a hammer candle forming right at the bottom here, but not much volume post market, which is normal. You tend to see that a lot. So tomorrow going, because of that, I expect to see some upward price movement, at least in pre-market or so, within this range of 556 to 559, because whales have set the target and you had volume coming in, so somebody was buying at that point. And if you look here, the flow is quite low, so it's easy up here. When you see the flow was high, it's continues selling off. So now that it's reached bottom and low, I expect some flow to probably move back up towards that range and get us up to that 556 range up here. And if we reject this range up here, pay attention to what the price does, because we could come back down and fill this gap over here, which created a fair value gap, which is 551 right up here. This would be a fair value gap. I'm just going to put FVG up here, 15 minute FVG. Just going to put that right there, so at least you have an idea that's a fair value gap. Let me see if I could change that color. No. I'm just going to put a different color. I'm just probably going to put blue. So you know that's a fair value gap right there. So you have a 15 minutes fair value gap, which is 551.61. 551.61 fair value gap. So expect price to at least come back down and test this range right over here. Hard to see the blue, so I'm just going to change it to this color. It's easier to see. Right over here. Okay. So this, I want to see what the price does at this level. If it gets rejected at the top here, somewhere at 556 to 557, you could get rejected. The upper target 559 most, and maybe come back down and see whether or not we get rejected at the bottom here. So this would be tomorrow's price action that I have going forward. Lower target would be around that 545, 548, 548 to 545. Right somewhere at the bottom here would be the lower target for tomorrow. That's what I have tomorrow. So pretty much the range that we're trading in was between this 557 to 551 area, somewhere between here. And I expect something like this as a price action, the range that we're going to trade tomorrow. You can probably see something like this as we're moving up. Maybe you can even see the price move up here and probably do a breakout within this range. And you have that fake breakout due to lack of volume here, and you come back down to test liquidity because you do have buying going on. So you want to see what goes on within this range here. So if we could hold 551, it's possible you could see a bit more upside, but within this range here, 556, 551 area. That's what I have for SPY going into tomorrow, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, bull case scenario is that we stay above 556, between 556, 559. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Let me see if I have anything else to say. If you're looking for information on my Discord, you could go check it out here at ahcharts.netlify.app. That's ahcharts.netlify.app. Everything you see here right now, we have a 14-day trial going on, plus 35% off your first month after your free trial. Everything you need is right here. The price right now is $149 a month. We have members that just joined, and they're making more than that. So yeah, go check it out. You have your 14-day trial. You don't like it, you're no contract. you're free to leave. All right. But see why we've been hitting targets every day. All right. All right, guys. So have a wonderful day and we will talk later. Bye.